Alright. It's supposed to be like that, but I don't have nothing to put it on.
Oh, man. Hello. Get that.
Okay.
You can put it right here, ain't it? Or that would be...
It will be in the way. So, what's up, guys? Welcome to our first review, and today we're reviewing Bel Air. And this is what, episode 6?
Episode 6.
Okay, so this is episode 6.
Season
However, you haven't seen a review from us at all. This is our very first review. So we're going to talk about some of the characters that we like and dislike. So basically all the characters.
Yep.
Because we're not going to say we like all of them. We're not going to say we like all of them.
Yes, right now we're well into the season. So yeah. I can firmly say, I don't want to say I'm Team Carlton, but I be caping for him. And she be mad about it.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. Because how Carlton was introduced.
Yeah.
Because now, of course, episode 6, now we realize he has a lot of deep-rooted issues.
Yeah, I don't even think it's just anxiety. I don't think it's just anxiety as well. So basically, the first time we were introduced to him is when he meets Will in the beginning. I think that's when we were introduced to him. Yeah, he saw him wearing his suit.
Yeah, he had his suit, and he was just so
egotistical.
Very.
That if you're gonna wear my suit, you gotta wear it right.
Wear it right. You need to have cufflinks, and this is how you wear your cufflinks.
Child.
And it just off rip, he just seems like he was not for Will being there. Period. It didn't matter the reason. He just like, so education, huh?
Man.
You basically called him a hood rat.
He really did.
But
he never. I will say, there was definitely a reason that they kept it away. I don't know if they told the rest of the kids, like Hillary and Ashley, but there was definitely a reason that there was like, nah, Carlton don't need to know. Because they know Carlton can't hang.
I mean, Ashley doesn't know. And
I would assume no.
And Hillary doesn't know, but she's just smart about it.
Yeah.
She could know, but,
she gets the tea. Because in this episode, she mentions family tea.
No, so she's observed.
Yep.
How do you say it?
Observant.
Yes, thanks. English. It's not my first language. Yeah, it is.
I was about to say, what's your second language?
Hebrew. I speak Bible.
Good night.
Okay, so we can get into it. So why do you think that he's egotistical?
Oh, obviously he grew up on the rich side.
Yeah, but so we talked about this last night.
Yeah, we did.
So there's obvious a rift between how he is raised. Mm-hmm. Like they all are raised the same. Yeah. But how can Ashley and Hillary get a totally different perspective or aspect of
mentally
things?
Unstable.
But that can't be always the reason.
But I feel like it's a part of it because I feel like him being anxious is just like the shell. There's something underneath the anxiety.
Yeah.
Like underlying issues that the family hasn't addressed. And it could be the drug addiction, but it's like, why did you go to the drugs? There's something there, in my opinion. But because even the egoism, it's a front.
Yeah.
He doesn't really, there's no way he really feels like that.
But something happened.
Something happened
because they're all basically going around it for some reason. There's something happened either the summer prior or the summer before.
Remember the first episode? Not to cut you off.
No, yeah.
The first episode, what's her name?
Lyssa.
Mm-hmm. She tells Will, he's went through a lot. Mm-hmm. And then the camera cuts. So there is something
happened.
It is not just drugs because they showed us him doing drugs in the first episode. Yeah. We're like, okay, he's on drugs. And he's just on drugs.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Something definitely happened. Okay, so we don't know what happened.
No idea.
We know he's on drugs. But the first 2 episodes, we have used a racist term to describe Carlton.
Coonton.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that has something to do with his anxiety with having to fit into that frame? Because, it's like when Will came along, he felt intimidated immediately.
Yeah, he did.
Because he's likable.
Yeah. But I feel like he would have been jealous of Will no matter what his upbringing was. I don't think it's even the West Philly stuff. Like, I feel like that makes Will more relatable. But,
Mm-hmm.
like, Carlton was chilling with his people at his school. Like, he's a popular one at his school.
No,
I really
not
feel
anymore.
Well,
because
not
of the whole
anymore.
basketball situation.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing.
It's kind of like a turf war, essentially.
Yeah,
From
but
Will's upbringing versus his. And he feels threatened by it.
But like,
in a way.
but like Carlton from day one was like, I run this school. But
Yeah.
now he's fighting so hard to run the school. I think he liked being the token black kid. He was the only black male.
Yeah.
You did say that yesterday. You
Mm-hmm.
really did.
Mm-hmm.
He likes that type of attention.
Yeah. Because he's not gonna, especially since he's not the majority anyway. So he just chose to go and act like them. But I think he identifies with it because of his status being the rich black kid. Lyssa you were here on scholarship. So he could blend in with them. He's like, oh no, my parents got money. Her parents, I mean, he was a cop.
No, but the situation with the N-word, that was what ticked me off. Yeah. I mean, I get it.
No, I was mad too.
No, you were mad too, but now you're on his side as far as the Will and Lyssa situation. I get it.
Foul.
I did not want that to happen. I did not want their relationship to start like this. If
first episode, we were literally like, no.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. It's going to cause more problems. Because you already have a problem with Carlton. We said that when he first kissed her and he got pushed in the pool.
Which I thought was
wrong.
Carlton tripping, but it wasn't. It actually happened.
Right. Yeah, it actually happened, but what Carlton did was wrong. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he got what was coming to him. Absolutely. But at the same time, it's like, Will, come on.
Yeah.
You're in a new place with new people.
Listen, in front of everybody.
In front of everybody, and you got a rift with your cousin.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far. Now, I appreciated in this episode with that he went to Carlton's rescue.
Yeah.
Like that, you can tell that Will is the glue to this family or becoming the glue to this family because he makes everything happen. Yeah. Like he made it happen for Uncle Phil and his fraternity. Mm-hmm. He made it happen for Lyssa and her little situation.
Yeah. Even on this episode, he came to Aunt Viv's rescue at first, and then we found out that Lyssa daddy was moving foul. We can moving foul in these streets.
We can always get into that, like.
There's just so much to get into.
There's so much to get into.
This episode, 10 out of 10.
And this is the first time we met Angela.
Yeah. I knew immediately. I was like, something's not right.
No, but I felt, because I know what it's like to have, like, a stepmom and then feeling like they're trying too hard.
Mm. You thought it was just her trying too hard? I was like,
No, seriously. I felt like she was just trying too hard. Like, she really wanted Lyssa to like her, because you can see it in her face. That's good acting, by the way. You can see it in her face, and she's like, oh, I didn't mean to say it like that. I didn't mean to say this, and blah blah blah. I understand that, and I understood that because it took me forever to accept my my stepmom, and I love my stepmom.
Listen, I went through the same thing in my experience going through. My parents was a divorce, and then somebody new come in. You like, ooh, because you haven't processed the first. You have to process situation. You have to process. But when she said under a year, I was like,
under a year, and then
we found out essentially
that
it was an affair.
It was an affair
while his wife was sick with lupus.
Everyone knew, but she confirmed it with when she accidentally told Will about the whole in Palm Springs or whatever she said. Oh yeah, and then he said I was his lucky charm, and Aunt Viv stepped in. It was like, that was 2018. Yes. Foul. She died in 2019, and
she didn't even remember the year that she died.
No. She was just going off of a happy memory, and she was just like, yeah, well, that's when I met him. No, you may have met him in 2018, but not.
She literally said the dialogue that I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, audience. She literally said we were talking about kids that day. That is terrible.
You right.
Shame on her.
Shame on you, Angela. And the whole episode, I was just like, oh, come on, Lyssa, give her a chance. And then I heard that, I was like, no.
Yeah. Because that just won't work.
Because now I understand why it seems like everything is about her, because it has always been.
Yeah. She was always in the picture.
She's always in the picture.
Child.
She's just trying to keep up. Like, oh yeah, I know what your dad's favorite color is. Yeah, I know what your dad likes to eat. Because she always knew.
Yeah.
She was always there.
She was always there.
I wonder if Lyssa's mom knew before she passed.
You think so?
I think so. Because, when you're sick...
Well, she wasn't there with him. It was a police something event, and the mistress was there.
Yeah, she wasn't there, but I'm just saying, I think she knew or had known about the affair, because when you're sick, you feel guilty.
Yeah.
And you want your family member or your loved one to feel happy. And I think that's what's going to come about. And then because of that, it's going to cause Lyssa to feel some type of way even more. Yeah. Because she didn't know.
Sure did.
And still doesn't know.
I mean,
she
that's just hard when the people who brought you into this world, for one, to lose your mom, which is a pain she'll probably never fully recover from. Most people don't. But then to find out, they didn't even really love each other at the end. So it's like, there was no love. There was an affair, which is just messy. And now the same woman is trying to be my mom.
Yeah.
And I have a half sibling now. Technically there.
And it's a boy. That makes it even worse.
Prayers.
Wait, because in episode 1, didn't she say that she got into sports or something?
For her dad.
And she loves swimming because of it. Like, that's what they get into. Like, that's what they talk about. Because I remember her saying that her mom was her rock. Like, that was her girl. Wow. And her dad just was never, like, they loved each other, obviously, but they weren't necessarily close. Yeah. And I kind of felt that because how close she was to Aunt Viv from day one. I was just like, is that Ashley? Well, she made her a little older. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, wait, totally different character.
Listen.
Wow.
But also, I wanted to point out, too, with Will and Lyssa, I feel like they have, like, a natural banter and chemistry. Trauma bonding, though, because they both lost a parent.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, for sure.
And immediately, as soon as they were talking, it was drama because, well, I'm your cousin, Tex. So.
But see...
Mess.
Okay, let's go...
I still like them, but it's messy.
Let's go back to that because, we both are not for the relationship, but...
Not currently.
Not currently, obviously. But your take on it is different than mine. I said that Carlton needs to get his act together, yes, but if they choose to be together, Carlton has no say because of his behavior. You say a totally different thing.
I feel like Will never should have moved on to Lyssa that quick. It never should have been that quick, and it should have. If he respected Carlton, which I get why he doesn't respect him because he came up immediately disliked him. But if he was like, "Hey, I like her and I want to be with her," and then that would have been like just a heads up, like, "Hey." He didn't even get a heads up. Yeah. He saw smooches. Yeah. In 4K. Maybe a little hazy because of the drugs, but 4K.
Do you think that he would have been validated the first time when he kissed her compared to this time that he kissed her? Because I feel like this time he kissed her was not validated because you were literally just there for Carlton. Yeah. You held him. You hugged him. He was in his moment, like, emotional, and you were there. I think he should have left it at friendship because he told Carlton, I was just trying to be her friend, and he believed him.
That's a good point.
Because immediately, of course, Carlton was under drugs. He could have been just emotional all based off that, but what if he wasn't? Like, Carlton was remorseful. Yeah. He said, I'm so sorry, because he was acting out of pocket. It may not have been for Will, but it was for Lyssa. Yeah. I would have never gone. You gonna go kiss him? I mean, kiss her? I mean, she a woman.
Child.
A lot of women.
No, that was a good point because I never even thought about it in the sense that you were just there for your cousin, and
they're both wrong. Knows. Both times they kissed, it was wrong. But I'm just saying, the first time I would have been okay with.
I still would have. Hey, heads up! I like
Yeah.
that girl. At least so he
Yeah.
knows, and it's not out of left field.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm kind of like I defend Carlton a lot because it's like Will is not 100% a saint.
Right.
He has more. Obviously, I feel more for Will.
Yeah.
But listen, Carlton, his cousin literally came in, snatched his girl. I'm like,
Snatch.
that's up. That's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Because we don't have no problems. I'm cool with you. We
Yeah.
making this show together.
Yeah.
If you do that, I'm not cool with you.
They didn't have that relationship that we had.
Yeah.
They did not.
That's your cousin.
Like that's
blood. I still look at it.
Look,
differently.
I wouldn't do that to my cousin. If I had feelings for someone, I would try to ignore those feelings. But I would at least go step up to my cousin and be like, "Hey, I like this person."
Yeah.
You know,
and they can feel
not,
whatever, but at least they'll know.
At least they'll know. But I'll also admit that I feel wrong about it.
Yeah.
That whatever they did do in that situation after I tell them, that's on them.
That's on them.
Because I'm already saying that I'm not trying to act on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to act on that like. Because that like could very well be just a crush. It don't have to be.
Come on now.
It don't have to be this, that, and the other.
I love somebody.
But Carlton and Will did not have that relationship at all. As soon as Carlton called him a hood rat, and as soon as Will saw how he was with his white people, dancing with Connor, spitting out the N-word like it was nothing, then that's not my cousin.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
Because, like, it is what it is.
But think about it.
Yeah.
Fire. They're sitting by the fire.
Yeah.
Will and Lyssa.
Yeah.
And think about it. She tells him, hey, something really bad happened to Carlton. She gives him the tea. The camera cuts.
Yeah.
And then, boom, now y'all kissing?
Yeah. I didn't agree. No, because I did not agree with them kissing in that situation at all. It's just that I would understand if they continued. Because at that point, I'm just like, okay, whatever. Carlton is Carlton. But I get that because she told you his issues.
And then you
still went. Like,
and
y'all,
you see him suffering firsthand this time. He's like, oh, I'm not.
Yeah.
And that was hard to watch. Like, I almost cried. Because even though I don't like Carlton for the coon stuff, I don't like that you cool with white people saying the N-word and you just dancing. And then what he said about the black people and they out there, he said some really out there stuff. I did not agree with it. A lot of
out there stuff.
I did not agree with it.
And
siding with the cops. I'm not there.
But do you think that it would have been a different situation if he tried to educate Carlton instead of firing off the handle?
I don't feel like it would have mattered because they're already at odds. So that was just another extension of them not being cool.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the foundation. Their foundation is messed up. So whatever would have happened, like there was no respect there essentially. Mm-hmm. Especially after you put hands on me.
No, I'm talking about before. Like at the locker scene. Like
Carlton didn't want to be educated though.
He didn't want to be educated. He didn't.
He like in high school. He already got his beliefs. And they're either going to change as he goes older or they're going to stay the same. It's not like he's a kid like, hey, this is what's going on in the world. He already shaped his different perception.
I feel like people can change. And
I definitely feel like they could change, but it's not like a teachable moment because he's already on his other side.
I thought this episode was going to be Carlton's redemption moment, especially especially after Will, comforted him.
That was hard to watch.
It was hard to
literally
watch,
because if you've ever been in that situation where it's like an anxiety attack, that wasn't necessarily an anxiety attack, but you could see the anxiousness bubbling up,
and I feel like he realized that he messed up.
Yeah,
but
big time. Because I still thought it was messed up that you see Lyssa's grieving. This is an event for her, and you're trying to make moves. And she even said that she was like, I feel like he used my vulnerability against me.
Yeah.
Which is messed up.
But she naturally likes Will. Naturally.
That's why I wasn't really against it. I was just like, hey, just let a brother know.
Let it ride a little bit. Like, yeah.
And it's quick. He only been there, a month and a half, maybe?
No, but since day one, like, when they were
talking.
It
was day one.
When they talked at the pool, when she was doing her swim thing, I was like, oh, the chemistry of
day
it all.
One.
And I was like,
vibing. I like when we
vibe. I'm gonna use that one day.
The vibe.
The vibes were there. Like, we just talk and hang out.
But
Like,
it is weird to me how Carlton and Will have never had that talk. Explicitly. Like, it's there. Like, they know, like, obviously Will likes her. But it's not like a...
You know what? Episode 5, I think, or episode 4. Carlton told Will if he did not stay away from Lyssa, he was going to expose, you know, him. Even though that is going to damage his family and not just Will. He
don't care.
He does not care.
Yeah.
Especially when them drugs...
to begin with.
Yeah, especially when them drugs get to kick in. Come on.
Man.
Something about that is going to happen. And I think it's supposed to be 10 episodes this season, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. But I'm just... Because Carlton and Will, which is good, you want the main storylines to be the focal point. Like, you don't want the side characters to overshine. But there's still stuff with Ashley.
All right, you want to talk about Ashley?
Ashley. My heart goes out to you. My heart goes out.
Like...
That's hard. It's hard one. You're gay. You haven't told anyone but your sister.
And you're 12.
And you're 12, which is already hard. Because they're like, you know, the often clap back, oh, how do you know you like girls at this age?
Yeah.
Come on now. Let's get rid of the stigma, which I'm glad they're doing. But it's hard. She likes Will. Will is way older than you, girl. Chill out.
Yeah. But how do you feel about their switch up with Ashley? Because a lot I saw on Twitter and Instagram, a lot of people don't like the fact that they changed Ashley to be gay, and that's just her storyline.
Oh, that is her seemingly only story
right now.
Well, she's coming of age. That's also her story. Because remember, she snuck out, hung with the kids in the first place.
Yeah.
Before we found out she was gay, I was like, oh, she gets
I thought it was just the coming of age.
Just coming of age.
But
what else is there for her to do? You want her to get pregnant? Come on now.
But I guess a lot of people, they don't realize that this is supposed to be a drama series, so you have to have drama. It can't be all from the comedy aspect of things. Yeah. Because I think they're trying to base it off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And this is Bel-Air. It's two different things. It might have the same characters, but their story arc is about drama. Because I was trying to explain this to my mom. She was like, I don't know if it's going to be good because it was a comedy. I was like, but the stories were dramatic. They were dramatic.
But it's not like too much drama. It's not like they're...
It was comedy relief.
Yeah.
This, on the other hand, I think they had to add something to Ashley in order for it to fit the mold.
But I don't even think it should... I feel like it should be normalized, which is why it's good that they're showing it in this light. Because obviously it's sad that it has to be said, but it is an added factor of, oh, how is it going to affect her coming out to her parents? And if she was hetero... It wouldn't be a problem. They'd just be like, oh, maybe the dad toughens up. It's like, oh, you shouldn't be dating. But it's sad because it should be normalized. Like, hey, she's getting into the world of dating, and that's just that. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, the society that we're in, it's a...
Yeah, but I like her and Hillary's relationship.
Oh, I love it. Queen.
Yeah, because you're a queen.
And you can tell it's genuinely supportive.
Oh, speaking of Hillary, I really want to talk about this. Because I was not expecting that. At the end of episode 6, she was wearing lingerie, girl. For the camera.
Why'd I forget? I thought you were going with the influencer house because I think it's weird. I think it's a little weird.
The influencer house? But that's real.
I know they're real. I don't like the boss. The little, what's his name? Kyler?
Kyle.
Man, he blowing up her phone. Like, dang, let her create some content first. She just got there.
Well, it's because, like, in order to stay in an influencer house, you have to post every single day. And it has to be something. And it's like a goal every day. And then you have to gain followers and gain the subscribers and all that.
I thought they were just chilling.
Every day. No, they're not chilling.
So you giving me the tea. I had no
They're not chilling. And I think it's going to cause an even deeper rift between her and her mother because her mom was just saying, are you sure about this? Are you sure? Are you really sure? And now it's just like...
The internet is forever.
Because she can do it on her own, but now it's pressure to do something every single day.
And she has to do just tutorials. It's got to be different.
And she has to go viral every single day. And what she wants to do is to do what she already did with the 95 subscribers. Well, yeah, 95,000 followers and subscribers,
which is
great.
Which is great
to be on her own. but with this pressure of having to have, the increase and all that, and she even said, I will go homeless before I move back. So she has something to prove at this point.
Which I thought she wouldn't, because, the boys was, messing up her cooking. I thought she hated it there. Like, she was just ready, like, oh, let me go back and cook for them because I'm tired.
Oh, no, she hates it there.
I mean, she hates it there, but she hates it home worse.
She doesn't hate it at home. She's trying to prove it to her mom.
Yeah, I was about to say, I misspoke.
She got to prove herself.
She got something to prove.
Yeah. And
which I relate to. It's like you don't want to go back, even though it would be better than stripping for the girls.
No, but here's the thing. This would have been fine if she didn't, the morals and stuff that she had, and then what she feels that she needs, the message she's trying to say towards black people and stuff like that. This is the complete opposite of what she told her mother, or what she, when she rejected that job. Yeah. It's the complete opposite of what she said.
And we can talk about, it's kind of sad how, I wouldn't say it's just explicitly for women, but people often feel the need, like, hey, I gotta show my ass, I gotta show my titties, just to get some attention, because that's easy money. Like, people are gonna tune in just to see, just to see. And it's scandalous, and it's, easy clicks, but it's like,
but now
you're kind of selling.
Yeah, but now her mom has something to say, because she was going to post it. She should, but then this goes against everything.
It's one thing if she naturally wanted to do posts like that, but it doesn't seem that she wants to.
No.
It seems like a little bit of, okay, I gotta post something different. Because she was just gonna post, okay, I'm cooking for the family.
It's the added thing that you have to go viral in one day. If she's gonna go on camera, basically half naked, then she should have got accepted that job that she had to dim down her recipes. Yeah. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
You're doing the exact same thing.
It's people her age telling her. Peer pressure. Because they're in the social media
Ain't no peer
world.
pressure. She got something to prove to her mama.
I mean, that too, but
she's
I feel
clouded by that.
Because, I think it was generational, her issues versus the last company. Because that was her mama that put her on. She didn't ask for it. Her mother just did it for her. And then she already had a compromise. She was like, no, like this, da-da-da.
All right. Last thing we're going to talk about.
Light skin.
We're going to talk about Michael Ealy.
Biracial.
We're going to talk about the cutie, because we both feel like he's really fine.
He's Hollywood, like, black excellence.
Very much so.
Man.
Now, I like Uncle Phil now, too, but...
I like their relationship, but I notice attention with Aunt Viv. Her friends, her whole circle is like, you gave up your career for him and for the family, and you didn't have to, which is a different type of... Because she never tells him, like, no, I love my family, I did what I... Yeah. And when she does say, she's like, well...
Yeah, she said a year turned 15 years, and I was like...
And she throws that shade a lot.
A lot. Is that really a friend, or is she a friend? I don't know, because if I was slacking on my writing, or vice versa, you would say something to me, but you won't throw it in my face like that.
Oh, no. I really wouldn't.
That's why I said, is that a friend, or is it a friend?
Because I feel like it's kind of weird. I mean, obviously, for the storyline purposes, they're going to bring it up. But why do you keep bringing it up? Like, she's happy. She's throwing her events. And then he's running his campaign, too. You really want her to start back into that while he's running? It's not like we're discussing possibilities. He's in the middle of it.
My thing, no, because you remember Uncle Phil had an issue with that when she said, "Oh, I want to get back in my my art again," and he's like, "You think you should do that?"
So problematic.
It's so problematic. I feel like she should do what she loves.
Territorial a little bit.
Yeah, we saw it with Michael Ealy. His name is Reed, I think.
Yes, Reed.
Yeah,
but there's something with. I mean, Reed, as fine as he is. He's putting a lot of pressure.
He gets off on those paintings.
Sure,
There's no way.
Ain't no way.
Because the way he looks at them, the way he's like, it's like he's forcing her to do art. Like, oh, this
but
is...
she wants to do it.
She wants to do it.
He doesn't have to nudge that hard.
But no, he doesn't have to nudge that hard. But she realizes that his intentions, because she was very uncomfortable when he was saying, "Oh, well, let's make a bet in 15,000." She was uncomfortable, not because she didn't want to put her art out there, but she was uncomfortable with him.
Listen, when Uncle Phil came in, it's like she had to remind herself, "Yes, this is my husband." Well, not like she was tiptoeing, but just to get back and recenter, because he's coming on strong.
A bit too strong.
A bit too strong. It's getting a little weird.
Yeah.
Like, as fine as you are, like, just chill out. If she really wants to have an affair, she just
no,
have an
he
affair.
seems crazy.
No,
because right. What did you say? If she wanted to have an affair, then she would do it.
Have an affair.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Because there's something off about him.
As fine as you are, Michael Ealy.
Because you know what? As soon as we saw him, we was like, "Oh, is it an affair?" And then when we heard they talk, we was just like, "Hold up,
whoa."
In episode 5, we were just like, "Wait a minute. I don't know if that's a fair. That seems like secret."
Yeah.
There's some, and I know an affair isn't a secret, but there's a deeper secret. Mm-hmm. Like how we thought that Will is on Viv's.
And I still...
We can talk about it. We can talk. I said this was the last thing I know.
Yeah.
But
that's a whole separate one.
Look,
the theory.
You want to do part 2?
Part 3, part 5.
Part 5. Like, this is going to be a really long video. I feel like we should
research that theory and give it some legs. Because I'm on your side.
I said that since day one.
No, because Hillary mentioned it. She said there's tea, and I think it's something with Will, and he's like,
No, but even before that, the vibe was just off between Viv and Vi. Just so off when it came to Will. Like, Vi is territorial of Will.
Like, and Viv is already allegedly gave birth. Why are you acting like this?
And Viv is more motherly, and it's like, what? Let's think about Will, and let's... I just want to give him all the opportunities. Why? You haven't seen him. In how many years? That's why I said it seems like she's trying to catch up, but I digress. Back to Michael Ealy. It's Reed. Just... Yeah, Reed.
He always plays the kind of creepy characters, too.
He does, and he does it so well.
Oh, he's so good at it.
He does it so well. And I'm glad that Uncle Phil noticed.
Into it. He's into it.
Because
men notice.
Men things. Know. And it's not because they're overprotective, and it's not because they're possessive. Sometimes men have intuition that women just overlook.
Yeah. I feel like
there's nothing wrong with that.
She's been in the game. She wants to overlook it. She just wants to, like, I'm not going to do nothing with him, husband. I ain't going to do nothing with him. It's fine. He just my little art friend.
But that's why I said you can tell how uncomfortable she was to be alone with him.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, she was just like, we should go back to the party.
Yeah.
Even after when Uncle Phil came in, she's like, we should go back to the party. She kept saying that, like, we should go back to the party. Like, she knew.
If she wants to have an affair, she will have an affair.
Right. You don't have to do that. It's like, well, I think your paintings are amazing.
And then I feel like he's picked up on it, too, to where he notices Uncle Phil. If Uncle Phil supported her, remember, he was like, oh, I didn't know you were getting back into painting. Mm-hmm. Reed clocked that. He was like, oh.
See, Uncle Phil needs to know. Yeah, Uncle Phil needs to know when to speak, and that wasn't the time. You just gave that man fuel.
I sure did. Because I feel like, because I like Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. Mm-hmm. I don't like that he ignores her. He does ignore her. Not just wife, not just mother. No, her as a human being. Mm-hmm. It's sad. I don't like it.
He doesn't even notice the pieces that she has in her home. Like when she put that piece on the wall, and everyone else was like, "Oh, Aunt Viv, that well, not Viv, Viv, but Viv, that's amazing." And then he did not notice the painting. She hung it up in her house.
But you notice when a man around her.
Yeah. No, and then when that lady was like, "Oh, I know you from somewhere aside from him being your husband," and she's like, "Oh, she used to be a painter."
Come on now, let's get into it.
I was just like, used to be. That don't go away.
As much as I like them together,
and I love them together.
I love them together.
The chemistry is amazing.
That has always bothered me because I'm like, and then the friends keep, bringing it up. You don't paint no more.
But my thing is
why did she put the paintbrush down for real? Because I don't think it was just family. You can paint with the kids. What you talking about?
I was about to say. way. There's
You can
no,
paint with the kids.
yes, you can. You
Come
can
on,
paint.
Hillary, you want to doodle?
The baby can be on my hip, and I'm still gonna do what I need to
Right,
do.
come on now. Why did you really stop?
Because if Hillary's 24 and Carlton is 16, 17, you had that gap.
Will.
Well, but still, you still had 3 or 4 years. That huge gap, and then poor Ashley. She 12.
Yeah.
So you have 4 or 5 years apart from the children. If I did my math correctly, I didn't do that correctly, but who cares? I'm not a mathematician.
Not an accountant.
I don't do that.
That would be nice, though. That's a nice check.
It's a nice check, but we can't do that. We creatives. Creatives would have lost their minds with them numbers.
Child. Staring at in confusion.
But it's just like, why? Why did you put the paintbrush
It
down?
was not just, won't just for them kids. No way.
It had to.
Because your husband was right beside you. What you mean? You
Yeah.
can't watch the kids while you paint something real
District
quick.
attorney. Oh wait, no, he's running for district attorney.
He's running right now. He's a
lawyer.
He was a lawyer before. Or has been. Still is.
And I guess she doesn't believe in nannies because
Ooh.
because I haven't seen a nanny. I haven't
good,
seen
though.
one. That's good. I'm not knocking it, and I'm not saying that she should have had one. I'm not
But
saying
something
that.
as like creative, we're creatives, but something as like you don't have to sit down and type in. I mean, you have to get in the zone, of course. There's a process to art, but it's like you would think your kids would inspire you to do new stuff. You would think.
I mean, she said, "Oh well, Hillary had this, and Carlton had this, Ashley had this," and I'm just like,
She put herself on the back burner.
She didn't have a helpmate.
It's seeming like it's
It
almost
seems
giving
that
single
way.
mother.
It seems.
It's almost giving I had to do all this myself while he was running around with his job. I think they even said that. Remember they were talking about why, or remember she was in college and she was doing the art thing and she was like, "This is my thing. Like you, Phil, take a backseat. This is my thing." When he tried to like, remember he was in the gallery and they were reflecting on old time. So even then, it's like they have their separate things. They come together for family, but it's like, why does it even have to be that separate when you think about it?
It doesn't have to be.
They're kind of territorial about their interests, in a way. Like he didn't want her overstepping his political stuff. She didn't want him overstepping art stuff. It's separate when I don't think it should be that separate. Just support each other.
No, but with his interests, he needs her.
He does need her. He tried to get rid of her.
He tried,
shelf her.
and then he was just like, you shouldn't use that language. You should connect with the people. Will said the same thing, so Will got the credit, but she said the exact same thing.
I think it's a problem to have.
Do you think it's a gender line?
It could
Not on purpose.
Because I think, well, obviously she was trying to prove herself in the art world. She couldn't do it. She kind of had to. I don't know. I don't think she had to. But with their dynamic, she felt like she had to. It could be.
Hillary said that she settled to be an art professor.
But it's like, why'd you have to be our professor? Why couldn't you continue doing paintings?
You can do both. I know
He had money.
I know several professors that do that. That do both their craft and be a professor at the same time.
Why did she have to go into that profession? There's got to be something.
Something.
Because something's just not right.
And it's like, I'm not going to be shocked if she gets with Reed. But I'll be so hurt because it's just like, not me, myself, hurt. Like, oh my gosh, she did it to me. But hurt at the fact that their relationship works. It has its problems, but you can see the love.
Yeah. Still love each other.
Still love. They just need counseling.
Yeah. Because there's some tension brewing. Because why can't you just support each other in your respective fields? Like, I don't have to get art stuff. I could just be like, hey, that's my wife's painting right there. She did that.
Right.
Why does he have to be, I didn't even know you were doing that?
Right. Right.
What's up with that?
I feel like it would be different if they continued on this path and we see a divide with them. But I haven't seen a divide with them. Like, I'm talking about chemistry wise.
Yeah, chemistry.
Because you can tell when someone
is like on their
way
out.
Yeah, on their way out, and they don't seem like they're on their way out. It just seems like they have an issue right now.
Yeah, and I can see how like fans of the first Fresh Prince can see like a potential storyline, like, oh, you gonna break up Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv just like that in these streets. I can see how that
marriage
could be hard.
takes time. It takes work. So
sure does. It's
but,
realistic.
I mean, in the comedy, Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil had their issues, but they worked it out because it's a comedy series. They worked it out in the episode. It's episodic.
Yeah,
but it's just like this is more realistic. That something is brewing. Because something does brew and it takes time to brew.
Can't even support Reed as a side hoe just because he's coming off so strong. It's kind of unsettling.
Yeah, it's too unsettling.
Because normally I'd be like, yeah, get you that fine little man over there.
It's not like,
but now I can't because I feel weird.
I feel weird about it.
I feel uncomfortable.
You know, because like if they were really on their way out of the relationship, some people would have been like, you know, like, yeah, just go get your dude and, you know,
the cop
forget
went
him.
ahead, had that affair. I bet the white girl did not have to beg.
She didn't have to beg.
I don't think she had to beg
at all.
He's out the door.
I didn't like him from the beginning for some reason.
Cop.
I don't know why. Yeah. And it's not about that.
The way they talked to Will, like when they were in the bathroom together, it was a little and you walk around the skating rink with your uniform on.
No, the way he talked to his friend when Will was introduced in the first time, he was like, "Oh, it's complicated," or it was like, "Oh, so you just charity cases?" And what was that? If that was your friend, you would have been concerned.
Yeah.
Like, is everything okay? Like, oh, is Will okay? And da. You know, because you know. But no, it seemed like he was trying to keep tabs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if that's your friend, you don't do that.
I kind of feel like Uncle Phil should have been new.
Yeah,
like,
should have been new.
Like, and then especially once he made the remarks about police.
Yeah.
Come on now. You're not going to have the support.
I mean, you're not going to have the support, but as a friend who's a cop, you should be open to conversation. Yeah. And that could have changed his stance completely. Mm-hmm. Not his stance on defunding the police, but change his stance as far as supporting him or not.
Yeah, but I feel like with the way he was running, probably corrupt. I mean, we know they're not in LA, are they?
Yeah, they know what Bel Air is LA.
Listen, man, corruption in the police is a big issue.
Yeah,
and I don't think he's trying to fight that at all. Cause,
I mean,
listen, man.
I mean, I'm not trying to get off political and stuff, but just how Biden said, don't defund police, fund the police in order to, you know, like, get more training and stuff. That makes sense to me. You know, like, it makes sense, like, oh, yeah, we're trying to educate them and redo this systemic racism, right? Like, like, figure this out because we need the police, obviously.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to have that conversation. I understand Uncle Phil's stance on defund the police. Yes, defund the police. They're killing us.
My issue is it's too many funds for the like. Why what was their budget?
I don't know.
Just even
I'm thinking the show was like over $1 million or something like that.
Just in the show alone, I'm like, bro, no way y'all need all that. When the teachers aren't getting,
yeah, absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. And I'm talking about the show and in real life, too. No one's talking about that. They're just like, okay,
but I think part of it is because of the corruption that's going on. The police overlook a lot of stuff. R. Kelly literally ignoring his pedophilia for years because they get paid to look the other way. And that's why they get the money. That's why police and politicians are in cohorts. And that's why I kind of don't think Uncle Phil, I don't know if he's going to really get to do all he wants to do.
No, of course not.
But they're already threatening him. Like, hey,
they're already threatening him. Absolutely.
They're gonna find another way outside of old dude running.
But like the way they came at him, there was no room for conversation.
Yeah, I mean, he also didn't talk to them before he said what he had to say because he probably knew.
He probably knew, but it's just like he even said, like, I agree with this stance. Like, you're killing us.
Yeah, man.
Like, but you don't want to have a conversation on why I agree with the stance. No, you're just like, oh, your rhetoric is
But
forget
part
the
of
rhetoric.
it is because like the disconnect with police and even people that have committed a crime, they see them as, you know, perpetrators, criminals, thugs.
Yeah.
Come on now. They look at a Will.
That's how they see Will.
That's how they see Will. They're like, oh, even Carlton sees him like that a little bit.
He's
especially
part of
once
the problem,
he saw the, oh, you got a gun charge? Stay away from my girl. And we was like, okay.
Yeah, but right. But that's
he never
that's
tried to
saying.
excuse it or explain it, which I thought was interesting. He was just like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well,
He let him have it.
Because he doesn't want to get caught. Because it is not just him; it's everyone attached to him that will get, you know, in trouble.
But he never, like, that's how you know Carlton and Will don't have that relationship to where he was like, hey, like, this is why I did this. He never said, oh, this is why we was fighting. He never even explained it. Carlton didn't even want to know. I would be like, well, dang, if you thought you had to pull a gun out, what happened?
No, but he already sees him as a hood rat, and that goes back to the whole police thing. They're gonna see a black man as a criminal,
crazy
regardless.
Carlton profiled him like that. That's messed up.
No, it's profiled. But that's why I'm saying, like, the way the show is talking about the situation is very important.
So important.
Because, but I do realize they're not trying to show the police side of things because that's going to become problematic.
Yeah. Well, we are kind of seeing that side, but they're painting it as a completely negative, you know, villainry side, which I get. But it's not, it's definitely a dramatization. It's not well, that's how people are in real life. Like, no matter what side you're on,
that's what I'm
Carlton's
saying.
Going to see you as the senator, and then Will's going to be like, well, you da-da-da-da-da. That's how it is.
Right, because with Biden in real life, with him saying that he's funding the police, that's the reason why it's problematic, because he's not willing to have a conversation. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. I can understand funding police if they're for the right reasons, but obviously they already have enough money to actually do
enough money and too much corruption to even.
You can never fix it.
You can't throw more money at
You can't fix it. You can't fix it. It's already within the system.
And I like how Uncle Phil acknowledged that, but it's like, also in the circles that you're in, did they not know that this was your stance?
Did they? Well, how can they not? He's black.
But he didn't make it known. He ran a moderate campaign. He was like, my name is Uncle Phil. I am black. Give me the black vote. Think about it. He was trying to get into the brotherhood. They're like, bro, like, that. He was like the Carlton. You didn't get why Carlton was like that. That's why you
now
like
I get it now.
Because Will had them opening up. Because he was like, hey, like,
you seeing a different perspective. You haven't seen someone like me in a while,
man.
But now you have someone like me in your family. So now what you're gonna do?
Ooh.
Because he was scared to lose Will. That's what I'm saying. Like even though Will and Uncle Phil and all of them didn't have a good relationship in the beginning because they didn't know each other, but he's just like, this is my nephew,
man.
Like
until he wanted to ship him off. But no, I'm saying now, like, he's just like, I wouldn't know what to do if I lost my nephew. No, regardless of the relationship, it's close to home. Man, Aunt Viv had to fight a little bit though because he was ready to kick behind out. Man. Aunt Viv, why you fighting so hard? Because that's your son. Why anyway, so hard? Well, we're going to cut it off right here. The series has been great so far. Great. I don't really have a complaint. Usually I'd be like, I don't have a complaint right now. It's amazing. It's flowing. The cinematography is great. Cinnamon. The spice, the flavors. Cinematography? Man. Is it sign? It's cinema. Oh, dang. Yes. I like cinnamon. New word. All right. So thank you guys for watching. If you want us to do something like this again, please hit us up. Follow us on Instagram at Your Girl Draya. That's Your Girl _ Draya. I'm gonna put it up there so you can read it. Yeah. And then what's yours? Lyssa G is me _ Yeah. So thank you for watching. See you guys next time or not. Or not.